I don't know about you, but I just love airplane movies.
I think one-location movies are amazing.
However, there is just something about airplane movies that I just have a special place for them in my heart. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 5 favorite airplane movies of all time. This list will not be in any order, as except for one film, I love all of these 4 movies more or less equally. However, there is one film that stands out from the rest, and is my absolute #1 favorite. And this film I will say last. First of all, for a special mention, I want to give a shout out to Wes Craven's Red Eye. This 2005 movie about a woman being kidnapped and blackmailed by a stranger on a red-eye flight is, from start to finish, an absolute excellent thrill ride. Completely captivating in the air as well as a great scene on land, this thriller is a great movie which just didn't quite make my top 5 list. However, I highly recommend it if you love airplane movies or just great thrillers or suspenseful action films. Okay, so the first film in my top 5 is Airport from 1970. This big-budget epic action picture based on Arthur Haley's 1968 hit novel of the same name was directed by George Seaton and was the second highest grossing movie of 1970, just below Arthur Hiller's Love Story. This 70mm spectacular thrill ride about a bomb exploding on a plane initiated the popular string of disaster movies of the 1970s. I love this movie for a couple of reasons. First is that I love these old, giant leading cast movies. It is an absolute marvel to see all these talented stars in one picture together. One of the best things about Airport is its stellar cast, including
Burt Lancaster, Dean Martin, Gene Seberg, Jacqueline Bisset, George Kennedy, Helen Hayes, Van Heflin, Maureen Stapleton, Barry Nelson, Lloyd Nolan, Donna Winter.
The second reason I love this movie is because it's very exciting. A picture of this size and with such star power can end up being a disaster, but Airport is the complete opposite. Because of its scope and star power, Airport is phenomenally exciting, and the thrill is just as grand. It's also got a great soundtrack by Alfred Newman. It is debatable which sequels of Airport are actually good. However, there is one sequel which is also on this list. Can you guess which one? That sequel is the Concorde, Airport 79. When I first started watching the Concorde, I thought it was going to be terrible. Being the 4th and final installment in the Airport series of films, with the 2nd and 3rd film being terrible, I thought this airplane disaster picture was going to be the worst. However, the complete opposite happened. I love the Concorde. I find it really entertaining and a great example of truly thrilling cinema. From an engaging and entertaining story to great characters, especially Alain Delon and George Kennedy, who in this film, by the way, does not reprise his usual airport role of chief mechanic or chief of operations, Joe Petroni, and instead plays Alain Delon's co-pilot. The introduction of a Concorde to the series instead of the usual Boeing 747 or 707 in the original film adds a fresh kind of thrill and excitement to this film. I just think the Concorde was an all-around great fun airplane movie. Despite that the Concorde failed both critically and financially and ended the successful Airport series of films, maybe this was due to its smaller production value. However, that added intimacy to the characters and to the story itself, and that's why I like it so much. There's one negative side to the Concorde though. Like quite a few of the 1970s disaster films do, the Concorde exploited a great actress for simple star billing. While all the stars except her are used justly within this picture, Swedish Ingmar Bergman legend Bibi Andersson plays literally a hooker for a maximum of 10 minutes in the film. My next pick is David R. Ellis's 2006 airplane disaster extravaganza, Snakes on a Plane. This Sam Jackson starring movie, about quite simply and straightforwardly snakes on a plane, is a great drive-in kind of film, which is a lot of fun. Not being at all profound or cinematically exquisite in any way, Snakes on a Plane is just a super exciting and fun airplane action horror film, which is just a fun ride from start to finish. What more can be said? This is Snakes on a Plane in a nutshell.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane!
Flight Plan is my 4th pick. Robert Schwentke's 2005 thriller is a great film. Basically, it is The Lady Vanishes on a plane. This no-joke, suspense-filled thriller is a great mystery movie about a woman whose child disappears in mid-flight, and the entire cabin tells her that she was never with a child in the first place. Being ambiguous, mysterious, fully captivating and chilling throughout, Flight Plan is an awesome film. And now, the best for last. My favorite airplane movie of all time is, you might have guessed it, is the Zucker Brother and Jim Abrams disaster movie spoof and their absolute masterpiece, Airplane. What can be said about this legendary comedy? Well, it is perfect in every way. I can watch Airplane during any mood, and it always makes me happy. Being one of the funniest films of all time, if not the funniest, Airplane is filled with every kind of joke that is conceivable. Airplane turned regular Hollywood actor Leslie Nielsen into one of comedy's greatest icons, and he himself didn't even understand why. And, allegedly, the reason he is able to always hold a straight face is because he didn't find the Zaz's jokes funny, or just didn't get them. I love how Airplane is also a movie of many genres in one. It is a comedy, it is a disaster movie, and it's a love story. And every genre works perfectly. Also, it's got a fantastic soundtrack by Elmer Bernstein. And that's it. These are my top 5 favorite airplane movies. What are yours? Let us know in the comments below.
Thank you for watching, and see you next Friday.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
Peter Graves.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Airplane.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this BlumenFalck Film Talk video. We upload every Friday, usually in our Context and Craft series. However, every so often we'll upload something like this, something different, something to shake things up a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you give us a like? And hey, maybe subscribe to get more content like this every week.